Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'll be reading is 1886, and this is titled Revisit Your Favorite Option. I think this poem is extremely intense. It's about two individuals that used to be a couple that decided to meet up again for different reasons. One for closure, and the other for reconciliation. The detail I found so interesting about this poem is we are forced to actually hear it from the one that called quits in the beginning and actually takes up most of the poem, talking about how he screwed up, how he messed up, he didn't know what he had. The other one, of course, feeling some kind of way, but he's swallowing it all in until he could get the final word in the end. You see, he wanted out of the relationship because he wanted to be single, live life, and find himself. But when he finally got out, he realized it wasn't what he wanted. And so now he's come back to see if he could get back what he lost. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself. However, there's a fine line with that and being selfish. Also acknowledge, remember, and appreciate when someone else does too, because that's just as powerful and beautiful. Revisit your favorite option. It was your idea to meet at the very same restaurant that you decided to call quits on what took years, trust, consistency, and love to build. All of our memories are flashing in my mind as a waiter is refilling my glass of red wine from the bottle as I wait. I forced myself to come. If you would have asked me a few months ago, I would have never agreed to see your face again. And there you are, taking a seat right across from me. Our table is at the far end, the restaurant, so we have our own privacy where we can speak as free as we want. Handsome, like always. You smile and so do I. But there's so much silence. Perhaps it's the awkward tension that I was reflecting with the unspoken words. Then we interrupted each other at the very same time, but I composed myself the best way I knew how to and allowed you to speak first. So, this is what you're saying. Back then, I was in no means of being in a relationship. What I needed to invest all that time on, us, was on me. But I felt like we made a promise and I didn't want to back out on that. So that's why I stayed. I did it for you, baby. But I was so unhappy. All those times I wanted to go out with my friends, all those times I had to lie when you were getting jealous, saying I didn't want to fuck that sexy guy with the juicy ass, or that I just didn't want to be around you. But you never really understood that. I prevented myself from shaking my head, from getting angry or reacting like I used to. I just kept having him speak and talk his piece. When I finally left you, I got my own place. I started throwing those parties. I fucked all the boys I wanted, and it worked for a while. But then I realized the times we had movie night, when we would have dinner together, or you would read one of your stories or poems, I used to hate waking up with someone in bed until I realized that you were no longer there. I made you go through so much, made you cry so many times, and I'm so sorry, simply because I wanted my freedom. And when I finally got it, it wasn't what it cracked up to be. I would trade it anything I have now to have what we had before because I know you were the real thing. And I want to fix it if you give me a chance. I want to go back and fix my regret. I love you, and I know at one point you loved me too. I'm a changed man. So what do you say? I looked back at those sappy brown eyes and saw your genuine feelings. Finally. And then back at the beautiful red rose in the vase. It was perfect. In the middle of the table, and finished the little bit of wine still left in my glass. And looked back at him one last time before I got up to leave. You know, I think you should revisit your favorite option. You know, loving yourself.